Hello, this is Barry the Baron Rowland again, welcoming you to my YouTube channel entitled The Baron's Lecture Series. The last time I spoke, I went off the beaten track path and talked a little bit about my experience as a high school administrator. I talked to you a little bit about putting in place an invalid absence system that did a number of things. It certainly minimized the missing of classes. It supported the teaching staff and parents and students, if the truth be known, to making certain that they maximize their opportunity to uh, learn with respect to the subjects that they were enrolled in and be successful in obtaining their year and obtaining their diploma. The invalid absence system worked extremely well. And as I say, like most kids, and certainly I did it myself, uh, they initially look for ways of beating the system. As you recall, I spoke to you about the fact that when students signed into the school, and this was a school of 1,000 kids, um, any classes before they signed in were assumed to be classes they missed legitimately. And so they soon learned that signing in, they could really miss a couple classes and beat the system. Well, we looked at that as well. And I had a dedicated teacher who took that on and did a wonderful job in looking over the sign ins day to day and speaking to students before they had to speak to me. We had grade nines and tens, of course. They had to provide notes from their parents when they came late to school. And that was easy because if you faked a signature, we already had it in writing. So if anything went home, we had it covered. But the senior kids, 11, 12, and 13, we simply allowed them to sign in on their own recognizance. They were older kids, 17, 18, and they kept telling me that they were mature enough to be able to handle school, and why shouldn't I give them some freedom? So we did. Um, they signed in, and as we started to check the sign-ins, they had to also put the reasons for signing in. Many of them put down missed the bus, had to look after my sister, my brother, etc., etc. Eventually, I think after 5 sign-ins in a term, we sent a letter on home to the parents with the sign-in days, the times, and the reasons. I'd get calls back from parents saying, he doesn't take a bus to school. If he puts sign in with a bus, he doesn't even have a baby sister. And so the rubber hit the road in terms of that. That eliminated a lot of the problems. However, I had students come to me, senior students, saying, why would I send a letter home or a note home that they were mature enough to look after their own interest and I should deal directly with them and not their parents, which was fine by me. I simply asked them if they would provide me with a note from their parents telling me that it was okay if I dealt with their son or daughter personally without involving them. Very few of those came back. As a matter of fact, many parents called me saying, "Oh, there's no way you let me know if there's an issue with missing class or signing in late, etc., etc." Um, so when I confronted a student who kept telling me that he or she was mature enough, and I noted that they had lied about signing in, I asked them, I gave you the opportunity, say you're mature enough, and you, instead of putting signed in, I was late, no excuse, you made up all kinds of things. That's not how mature people work. And so we were able to talk some truth to the issue. And eventually, that whole problem of signing in was minimized in terms of people trying to beat the system. Again, with an invalid absence system and a careful control of signing in late and missing classes, we were able to not only work in the best interest of staff and parents, but also in the final analysis, students, because initially students who would take the chance of signing in uh, and missing class and being sent home. Suspension was a serious matter at the time. We're facing some issues in that classroom, and so we were able to, as I mentioned, get them in front of guidance early in the game, so they didn't lose the credit in that subject, be it history, science, mathematics, whatever the case may be, and deal with the fact that they needed extra help. They had issues with the teacher. They didn't understand the subject, and so on and so forth. So we were able to save the credits for a lot of kids because we could catch it early instead of waiting late. So that's my story for today, and it fits with the whole attendance system. But I'll be back with several others as we go along. In the meanwhile, I welcome you to, if you're an educational administrator or a wannabe and you're looking for strategies to help you with achieving excellence in the school and working with other members of the faculty, join my YouTube channel, the Barry the Baron Rowland. Will get you there. And although it's a fairly direct and specific set of recommendations, I think it'll be very, very helpful. So take care and have a wonderful day.